Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty, here with my sister, my girl, Miss Morningstar. We are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Today is a good day. We woke up this morning. We have another day here on Earth versus below ground. Another day above ground versus below ground. Today's going to be a pretty serious topic. We are going to delve into a touchy subject. Today marks the beginning of Suicide Awareness Month. And so we're going to talk about it. That's what we do. We're going to talk to our community because it needs to be said. You know, we can no longer live in this hope that things just miraculously change for people. So we're going to talk about it, and hopefully we can reach people who just need to know that they're loved and they're valued, you know? So today is another day. I hope everyone has had their 16 ounces of water. You've taken your morning meds. You've had a delicious breakfast. I mean, I didn't get a pork chop sandwich yesterday, but I am determined to get me a pork chop sandwich from the spot that Miss Morningstar has bragged about. When I went, they were sold out at 9 o'clock in the morning. My heart, DJ Kitty's heart, was broken. That's okay. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go get me a pork chop sandwich. She actually said, Miss Ann said that she was going to save me a pork chop sandwich. So guess who's getting a pork chop sandwich today? Your girl. Yes, DJ Kitty. You know I'm excited about that, right? So anywho, come on in, get you something good to drink, kick your feet back, and let's have a great show. Let's have some learning and some laughter, and let's talk about what's going on in this country and in this world and see how we can make a difference. With every show that we have, we always start every show with what? Positive morning affirmations. And we get those positive morning affirmations from my sister, our girl, Mrs. Morningstar. Miss Morningstar, good morning. What do you have for us this morning?
Good morning, guys. Welcome in. Happy morning.
Happy morning.
That everybody is here and had their coffee or whatever there is their choice of beverages in the morning. Water, yes. Coffee, tea, cocoa, whatever. So we're going to get started with some affirmations. Again, you guys know I like to focus our affirmations on our topics of discussion, whatever we have, going on. So this one is kind of about negative self-talk. I'm guilty.
Okay? Me too.
I am so guilty. And I find myself, I do these affirmations not only to give you guys inspiration, but to also encourage myself because I need them. Absolutely. And you find yourself sometimes talking negative and doubtful. It happens. You're struggling with maintaining positive outlooks on life, and challenges and setbacks kind of turn on the negative tude, turn that negative tude on, and you just, you get into a funk. I call it a funk. So this is just some affirmations to kind of rewire those thoughts and give you a pattern to build more positive images. So I'm going to do some affirmations for women, and then I'm going to do some affirmations for men, and then I'll do some affirmations for depression, and we'll blend them in, okay? And you guys
Sounds
take
good.
some notes, just a couple little things to remember that you can use your everyday, all right? So for women, let's start. I will be present. I will be positive. First and foremost, you guys. I am courageous and I stand up for myself. I will honor my need to rest and recharge. I embrace my best self today. I choose positivity. I choose happiness. I see both all around me. I am well prepared for any situation, and I deserve time for myself by attending to my own needs without guilt or apology.
Absolutely.
For men, it is okay to show emotion. I trust myself. I'm deserving of success and prosperity. I'm open to new experiences and challenges which help me grow and learn. I'm responsible for my own happiness and well being, and I prioritize my self care. I am a valuable member of my community and
Yeah.
contribute positively to the world around me. I feel confident and I will reach my daily goals and objectives. I am afraid to admit when I am not afraid to admit when I'm doing wrong. I will learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
People like me for who I am inside.
Yes.
All right. So that was for the men.
I like
Now
that.
we'll talk a little bit about suffering from depression. I am open to healing. I can learn from others for support. I can on others for support. I can lean on others for support. I'm sorry, guys, I misspoke. I treat myself with loving kindness. My past does not define me. Hold on. But this darkness won't last forever.
That's right.
I am resilient in the face of any challenge. I am in charge of my life and my happiness. Not everybody will understand my situation, and it's okay.
It is.
I have made it this far. I won't stop. I am needed.
I love all of those, especially the last one.
I
I
am needed.
am needed. People need to understand that your presence here on earth is so needed. I need Miss Morningstar. I need Coach Nikki. I need my family. I need, and that is, there's nothing wrong with
We
that.
need
And
each other.
we need each other, and I
We
need to
do.
be needed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tough. It's tough, but it's a conversation that we're going to have because
Yeah.
we're no longer skirting around it. It's time to bring it out in the open so that we can help those who are in doubt. All
Yes,
it is doubt.
it is.
Let's figure this out. Okay. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. As always, your positive affirmations sets the tone for the show, and you're appreciated. Let's hop into this weather. It's hot. The end. I'm just kidding. All right. Holly Springs, Mississippi. You have a high today of 92, a low of 66. Feels like temperature is 93 degrees with a 5% chance of rain. Winds are out of the west northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is medium in the morning and high in the evening. Mosquito risk is high. Ragweed pollen is very high. Air quality is moderate. Today is going to be cloudy and sunny. Light winds are variable. Memphis, Tennessee. You have a high today of 93, a low of 71. Feels like temperature 94 degrees with a 4% chance of rain. Winds are out of the west northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity in the morning is medium, evening high. Mosquito risk is medium. Ragweed pollen is high. Air quality is moderate. It's going to be a sunny day with a few clouds. Again, winds are light and variable. Houston, you're under air quality alert, meaning be careful while you're outside. If you have any respiratory issues, limit your exposure outside. May even consider wearing a mask. although it is hot, is I don't know what outside. So limit your exposure. Houston, your high today is 92 with a low of 75. Feels like temperature is 97 degrees with a 22% chance of rain. Winds are out of the east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity is moderate in the morning and high in the evening. Mosquito risk is high. Grass pollen is medium. Tree pollen is low. Ragweed pollen is very high. Air quality is moderate. Today we'll have afternoon clouds and sunny and hot. Like I said,
It's hot.
it's hot. That is the temperature, that is the weather, rather, for Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, and Houston, Texas for today. Enjoy it. Get out there and touch some grass and, you know, look to the sun and thank the Lord for another day.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of thanking for another day, let's go ahead and get into this news that you can use.
Well.
Well,
In yesterday's news, there was a something that took place, an assassination. Charlie Kirk, I know most of you know who that is. He is he's not a politician, but he was a definite heavy right Republican,
right-leaning, wing,
white supremacist is what I want to say.
Yes.
He practiced hate. He taught hate. He spewed hate. He did a lot of awful things. And he was on this tour that he has been on for the past few months, going to different colleges, spewing hate. Trying to recruit young white men to join his coalition and become hateful like him. And someone took him out, y'all. Someone took him out.
Yes, they did.
And it's unfortunate. You know, I don't advocate for any kind of violence, but you have to think about the world we live in today. Let's just be honest. I got tongue-tied because it's just so much, y'all. Look at the world we live in today. When you have people who are practicing this type of hatred towards other groups, nationalities, different religions, people who believe differently, people who love differently, when you're teaching people to be this way, this is not, you can't claim Christianity in the same sentence. You can't claim you're a good person. Everybody in this world ain't right in the head, and they not with all that hate. As much as you would think that you can grasp the hands of your people and get the support you need, everybody don't agree with your ideology.
Facts.
And
go
ahead, Kitty. Add on to it.
I'm just going to say, you know, you live by the sword and you die by the sword. You know, you cannot walk around spewing hate to everybody who's different from you. And let me quote it. Okay, let me do it.
Yeah, drop that quote.
Quote. So he was asked about, you know, all of the masked unalivings and the school pew-pewing shootings and all that. He said gun deaths are unfortunately worth it to keep the Second Amendment. Well, you live by the sword and you die by the sword. Now, don't get DJ Kitty wrong. I do not want to see anyone lose their life. I mean, I know he was a husband and a father. He had children.
He had responsibilities.
He had responsibilities, but he also spewed hate. He hated Black people. He hated Latinos, Asians, everybody that wasn't straight and white. He hated.
And my thing is too, if you are a husband, if you are a father, your loyalty and responsibility is to protecting your family at all costs, and making sure that you are raising them in the right. You can vote for who you want to. You can believe in what you choose to believe in, because we live in the United States of America and we're
Do
supposed to
you,
have
boo?
those rights. However, you have to watch what you say. You have to be careful when you're out in these venues. You don't have Secret Service, boo-boo. You don't have a security detail for real.
Words have consequences.
Words hurt and have, and from my understanding, I hear somebody in custody, but I mean, they saying, just for questioning. I mean, from what I heard, this was from 200 meters away, which is 2 football fields away.
I just have questions.
And it
at
was
this point.
one shot.
One shot.
Precise.
To the
That to
jugular.
me, just talking to different veterans
Yeah.
and professionals, that sounds very professional.
That was a professional job.
It
But
was
I
professional.
allegedly,
All
TikTok,
allegedly.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stitch. Look, allegedly.
But now
because we
Kitty,
don't know.
but we gotta ask ourselves now. So what's next?
Well, what I am gonna say is, the man with the rotten hands, Frumpy, the president, quote unquote. When those two, representative, it was a House member and it was a Senate member. When they legislators,
lawmakers in Minnesota,
lawmakers, okay, not just a commentator, not just a political commentator or a content creator, because that's all Charlie Kirk was, not they were in government when they lost their lives and a wife lost their lives. Our presidents didn't send a single thought or a prayer. He didn't show up at the funeral. He did none of that because they were Democrats. Not only that, we've had over almost 400 school shootings this year alone in 2025. We had one today or yesterday for the radio.
It was one in Denver.
Where 4 students were shot, including the shooter. Okay, so we have these all the time, but not once has our quote unquote president came and said thoughts and prayers to those families. My heart goes out to those families. I extend prayers to those families. But he sure got out there and said Charlie Kirk was loved by all. All of who?
Especially me.
But
what about he got that?
What
that
about
man
the
had
kids?
A mama and a daddy and a wife. What you mean, especially you? This is the man. Listen, this is the ignorance we facing, y'all. This is why our country is here where we stand today, because of this demonic force. I call him. I don't care what nobody say. Who is running rapid in our government, and has given these people the battery to put in their backs to get out here and say the most vile, racist rhetoric they would never have spilled before, or maybe done it quietly. But now they're out here quietly. Wide open.
Yeah. It's wide open in their community now. And they think that they can come in other communities and say the same thing. And that's why we see so many people pushing back. And then they get in these little scuffles with other people, because people are not sitting back taking that. I hate what happened to Charlie Kirk, because everybody should be able to live in this country and voice their opinion.
First Amendment, they should. Is that
First Amendment.
First Amendment.
However,
right. You should be able to speak.
Words have consequences, and you cannot go to different universities and talk about hating on different races and think that you're the superior race and swear up and down that you're the superior race and not think that something is going to happen to you. And I'm just going to say it. This was 9 times out of 10 a white man because that's all that were there. And this is why I don't like crime has to stop. Are they going to send the National Guard to Utah like they did Chicago and DC? All this crime. Where's the National Guard now? Yeah. You only it's pick and choose on who you want to pick on.
The crazy part too, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it right there after I
Me
say
too.
this. Right before Mr. Kirk was unalive, he said gangs are the ones causing all the deaths and all the violence. It's gangs. It's you know who gangs. You know who he was talking about. And
I know.
then he was unalived.
Then he was unalived.
So
Where
right until his death, he was spewing hate.
you live by the sword, you unalive by the sword. Good luck to his family.
Yeah.
That's all I got is good
Now,
luck to his family, his children and his wife. Good luck to y'all.
Yeah.
Luck
Best
to them.
luck. Teach your children a better way.
Yeah. Unprogram your children.
Unprogram them.
If you've taught them this hate,
Unprogram them, y'all.
I hope and pray that, he didn't take this hate that he had for every other nationality home to his children. But we know 9 times out of 10.
Hate is taught. We know that.
Yeah. All I got to say from this point on is good luck to, good luck, I'm not going to be fake and say thoughts and prayers because I don't have a thought or a prayer. I am praying for the family to find peace because losing a loved one is devastating. Find peace. And that's all I got. Find peace. Make peace with it. Let's take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Welcome to Morningstar Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality, whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs. Customize that cutting board. Get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Why advertise with Our Plugs LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion, perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion, customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo, gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms, YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs LLC, www.ourplugs.com.
And we are back. So we've got some other stories, but we're going to go ahead and hop into our guest today. We really wanted to hone in on Charlie Kirk and have that, discussion with everyone, but you know, it's the same stuff, tariffs, back and forth with the judges, back and forth, we're back and forth. For the most part, what can we say?
Mm-hmm.
Hey. We have on the stage Miss Shiree and we have Teraney. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to
Hello, good morning.
the community
Thank you.
connection. You young ladies are from, um, you guys have the Socialites, and you guys are members of the Socialites, right? Here in Houston, Texas. Is that
Yes. The Socialites Ride Network is from Houston, Texas. The main headquarters.
okay? Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Socialites Writing Network. Let's hear about that.
Okay. Well, you want to go to www.thesocialites Riding Network, and it's exactly how it's spelled. THE Riding RIDING. The Socialites Riding Network. Socialites with an S.com. And you can contact us with the Socialites rn@gmail.com. The Socialites have a form at 11919 Martindale in Houston, Texas. It's by Rawshaw Sterling, which is an aerodynamic high school. It's right up the street from Sterling. And at the Socialites, we have a form. And our CEO is Della Dini, and we call her Della the Former. She's also one half member of the Zydeco Sisters, and we have a farm with chickens. We have potbelly pigs. We
You have
have
eggs?
horses, and we also have bees. We have a raised garden, and what we're teaching is
Timeless elegance.
I'm
we're
sorry.
teaching. No problem.
Go ahead.
What we're teaching is agriculture through our agriversity, and we are teaching sustainable living, learning to live off the land and be connected by the roots.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
yes, and Tyranny here is our event team. She's the head of the event team, and
Oh,
I am the
Lord.
treasurer of the
Okay.
Socialites.
All right.
And so that's basically that's the introduction to the Socialites, and then we could go into detail. Now, the Socialites is founded by Della Dini, but Faya also Miss Kier Sylvester. She's headquartered in Crockett, Texas, and
Okay.
I am in Northeast Texas,
Okay.
and we all, along with all of our board members and everybody from Houston, Texas, and anybody that decided they want to volunteer, could come out to the forum and get a full experience.
So you guys have chickens, potbelly pigs. Are these the little bitty pigs?
They
No, they
not
pretty nice
hogs, they're
size
pigs.
medium pigs. They
Mm-hmm.
like hogs.
They're
Yeah,
hogs.
so
Okay. The big pigs. Okay, never mind.
yeah.
I was gonna say, it'd be nice to take some kids out there, but the big pigs scare me. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
They
no,
No,
look
no.
they're not out. They're
okay.
they have their own little pig bin. They're,
Okay.
all back or whatever. But just to back up, Miss Shiree, yes, she is our treasurer, and Fire is actually the vice president with
Yes,
Della. So
Okay.
they founded the Socialites in 2021.
Okay.
That's when they begin with just them two, best friends starting it together, and that
yes.
was her backup. So
Amazing.
yeah, I remember meeting them together and everything. So yeah, they are like a dynamic duo. So
Yes, I was gonna say
Della
that.
Della is the CEO. You know, she's the muscle,
Yeah.
the mental
Brain behind.
muscle
Yes.
behind it, and Fire is our vice president. And just a little bit about the mission, because like she said, we do have a farm. It is open to the community for not only volunteer opportunities, but also to come out and explore the land. Come out and if you ever wanted to ride a horse, come learn how to ride a horse. If you want to
Right.
pet chickens, come pet chickens. Something that I've learned about the farm as well, though, it's children really like it. So if you know
Yes,
people who maybe have children with behavioral issues
Yeah.
and they like animals, I would suggest bring them out to the farm. If you
Yeah.
yes.
have children that love being outside and exploring the outside and play with like snakes and weird stuff and you like whatever, but if you have kids that are adventurous and they're outdoorsy type, like, yes, bring them. We have so many events
Well, you need
coming for children. So
you need to
We
get
even
your
have rabbits, wild rabbits.
yeah, we have rabbits as well. So rabbits, chickens,
all of
and
that.
we have an event coming up. Speaking of educating and inspiring, and
Mhm.
which is something that we do, we actually have an event coming up for suicide awareness this month, which is Be
Yes,
the Change.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be on Sunday, September 21st from 4
yes,
to 8. It is a community event. Everyone is welcome. We'll be engaging in some activities, some mental activities, a little prayer and worship as well. And,
And this is at the farm.
at
correct,
the
it will be
farm
at the
on
farm.
September the 21st. That's a Sunday.
Okay.
So
Absolutely.
everybody can come out and explore at the farm on that day. Now you could come before that time, but you have to schedule everything because we have different events at different times. And we also we're pushing right now for our September events, but we also have a fall festival and we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But
Oh, and
be the change.
in preparation of our event, we are also welcoming people to come out and help us paint our mural.
Oh,
So we
Yes,
want to do a suicide awareness mural. So we're calling all tattoo artists, all painting artists, even if you just create jewelry, you have some type of creative streak to you, please come out and help us. Monday through Friday from 5 to 9. We want your help.
okay. Okay.
yeah.
You know
We
what?
want.
Give me that information so I can add it to the newsletter. We do have some questions that we want to ask you guys, and we'll just take
Mhm.
turns asking each one of you. Miss Morningstar, did you want to take the first question? And do you have them up for in front of you?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, ladies. So, can you all share what inspired you to become advocates for suicide prevention? Because I heard you mention suicide awareness. So,
You want to go first, Tierney, or you want me to go?
You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I have suffered from depression personally. I have suffered from um, domestic violence. I have been in several situations in life that could have led me down the path for suicide. Thank God I didn't choose that route. But I
Absolutely.
understand, and I understand what it's going to take for the universe to heal, especially after COVID and all of these other things, floods and tornadoes and fires that are happening to people. Suicide is at an all-time high. People are just killing themselves because they can't cope.
Ab-
So I was inspired through the working, with the socialites to do whatever it takes to teach people that life is worth living and like start from get grounded and start somewhere. Like we have equine therapy, which helps. And we also have APRIS education. So you could come out to the farm and heal by communicating with the animals. That is something that I know it saved me. So that's what inspired me to be a part of the change that I want to see.
Thank you, Shiree. Very inspiring. Teraney, from your perspective, what are some of the most common warning signs that someone may be struggling with suicidal thoughts?
Oh, the most common warning signs are verbal clues. What's coming out of that person's mouth? People are saying, if they're saying things talking about like they're wanting to die, or they feel hopeless, or they're saying they feel like they're a burden on people, or I can't go on, or everyone to do without me, or even joking about death and suicide. That is the very number one common that people overlook and just say, oh, it's just a phase, or they'll get through it, or they're going crazy. But no, those are cries for help.
Yeah. They're speaking
And
it
and
out.
and then once you recognize those verbal cues, then here comes the behavioral changes. Here they start distancing themselves from family, maybe withdrawing from friends, um giving away things. Like sometimes we don't even pay attention when people are slipping into their goodbyes, and they're telling
Mm-hmm.
us like, I'm getting ready to leave, and we don't even pay,
And
we don't know because we never
that's
paid
major.
attention from the
Yeah.
first time. So we have to pay attention to those emotional signs in our children, in our family, in our coworkers,
Mm-hmm.
in our friends. We have to pay attention to those emotional signs. If someone is like feeling shame, or maybe they lost someone, there's so many different things. But yeah, I would say the most common is definitely going to start with what the person is saying, how they're speaking over their life.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. And we have different perspectives. But I tend to agree with you, uh, knowing that when I sit back and I think about some of the situations that I've been in, and I've lost loved ones due to unaliving themselves, some of those signs that you're talking about, yes, they were there, and you don't really think about it. You don't think about it. You think, oh, they'll be okay. We're all going through a rough path.
And now, can I say something?
Absolutely.
What I was sitting here thinking about was when a person, like say for instance, when a person is loud, meaning, and I'm gonna speak from my own experience. A person is loud; they always have something to say, and then all of a sudden you see them withdrawn.
Mhm.
My experience. This has been my experience. I just secluded myself, didn't want to be around anybody, just started saying my goodbyes. I even called my sister up and I said, come get Granny's gun out of my house.
Mhm.
And I said, somebody need to come get it and come get it now. I was very depressed about my situation. And then the other thing is I didn't think that anybody cared. That was like the biggest thing, my biggest red flag. I didn't think anybody cared. Like nobody cares. And it feels like nobody cares.
Mhm.
So you're reaching out and you're asking for help, but people are saying no. And they're laughing at your calamities. They take for granted your presence. Those are signs. Like one of the actors in comedy, in comedy, I'm a comedian, and I could tell you in comedy, a lot of times they make you laugh, but inside they're crying. I'm
Mhm.
saying that because I'm a comedian. And I'm saying it because I was depressed. And I remember waking up one morning, I had left, I was working at UTMD Anderson, and I lost my job. And it was devastating. I was devastated. And they they cut you at a job like it's nothing. You know, people like postal people or anybody,
Look
you
what
know, in a
happened in
layoff.
DC right now. Look what happened nationwide with all the federal jobs that were cut. There's
All the
yes,
federal workers that were laid off,
over
300 and
yes, 300 over 300,000 black women
300,000, yeah.
alone were laid off since Trump came into office. And those
Yeah.
you have to we're bringing this awareness out because we really need to stop ignoring it and bring it to the forefront because there are a lot of people who are hurting this very day. Let's go ahead and go to the next question.
Yeah, especially in our community. Yep. So
Especially in our community. Go
in
ahead.
your experience, how can we better support survivors of suicide loss?
That's a
The
good
survivors, the family.
The family or the people that are left behind.
Yes,
Yeah, the
people that are
survivors, those
behind.
who survived the loss of their loved one. How can we better support them in their grief? Because they're going to go, that's traumatic. So,
I could say for me, I smile all the time, so people think I'm happy all the time. A lot of times I'm not happy. Just because I'm smiling doesn't mean I'm happy. Now, a lot of times I'm happy. Now, don't get it twisted. But sometimes it ain't easy being cheesy. So people will smile at you, and deep down inside, they're hurting.
Yeah, I think this question is more for
So I
family members that are left
I
yeah, more
I'll back that up and say that when it comes to helping people that are survivors, and it's survivors aren't just friends, survivor are families, survivors are anyone who was deeply connected to that person.
yeah.
right.
And the first thing you want to do is acknowledge their loss.
Mm,
Don't don't blow it off. Don't avoid the subject in fear of saying something wrong, or seem like you can't say that person's name because it might make them uncomfortable or so forth. You also have to offer your presence, over their platitudes. We always say, hey, they're in a better place, or things like that, but instead just say something like, I don't have the words right now, but I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Because how can we say that
Yes.
somebody who committed suicide is in a better place when most of us are raised on the Bible and we know about that. So we don't
yeah.
know where their soul is. And I'm not going to say that. I don't know anything. I don't have the words to say right now, but I'm here with you. And that's for any loss.
Yeah.
And, also if you see someone struggling with the loss of someone who committed suicide, encourage them to go to supports. I'll use a friend of mine, a real close friend of mine, and I love her to death. And it hurt me earlier this year that she had to find her daughter
Mm,
gone
mm.
Mm.
behind suicide.
Yeah.
And I cried for her. I cried for her so much. I didn't know what to say, but I'm here. I'm here if you need me. I did not know what to say. And for some reason, I've been coming across a lot of groups to help parents and people who have lost someone. Maybe they're lost someone or a child or someone to homicide, or maybe it was suicide. But whenever I come across those things, I share that information because it may not be relative to me at the moment. And I pray to God it's not ever. But when God brings something to you as the source, you share that information.
Mm-hmm.
You
Absolutely.
share that information.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
last but not least, respect the grieving process. If that person needs to distance themselves from you for a while, or from other people, or whatever the case may be, however they're grieving, don't make them feel as if they're doing too much. Because if a person is not able to openly speak about how they're grieving, um some may need to talk about it. Some may need to talk about it to let it out. Some may need silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In a minute.
So let them
It
lead how they grieve. You just be there to support.
sounds like you respecting boundaries, because in any situation, especially something as devastating as suicide, I know for a fact there's boundaries, but the best, from what I'm taking from you, is the best thing we can do is just be that support system. Maybe that
Yes.
person that comes with the meals every day, or
Yeah.
someone who might go to the grocery store. The real small, minute things. I'm gonna throw your laundry in today. Don't worry about cleaning the kitchen. I got
Acts
it.
of service. Yes.
Acts of service, and
Yes.
that stuff don't cost you nothing to do. Just to be
Yes.
Absolutely.
kind don't
And it
cost you
makes
nothing.
God's heart smile when we do
Absolutely.
things like that.
Absolutely.
And you never know that what you're doing, your small act of service may be what may be all the strength that that person needs to try to start a new beginning. New beginnings are so hard. Starting over is so hard, but
Yeah.
we have to do it. And I'm really really passionate about it because a lot of people don't know, but there was a point in my life when I was suicidal. I
Mhm.
was young. I was a young mother. I only had my son. I was going through a lot. I had already dealt with trauma issues from a adolescence through a teen through a young adult. So there was just a lot going on mentally. And I remember telling myself, like, I'm frustrated. I don't want to do this anymore. There was only one person who realized that I was suicidal, and that was my grandmother. And she was actually trained to know stuff like that. She's a nurse. So she knew the signs. And one day I was going through a lot. I was at my baby daddy's people house, and and I
Please
was
don't get
going
on
through a
here
lot with
telling
those
crazy
people too.
stories, Teraney. Don't get
No,
on.
no, no. I was going through a lot. And I
Okay.
remember falling to the ground and I just cried out. And it was like 3, 4 in the morning. And I was like, Lord, I'm struggling with these thoughts. I'm struggling with these
Mhm.
emotions. And I just asked to send me help. I've never seen I've never seen spirit work so fast. I
Yeah.
never seen the Holy Spirit move so quick. Because as soon as I said that, my phone rang. And it was my uncle. And as soon as I seen him calling, I'm like, why is he calling? I forgot why I was crying because now I want to know why he's calling me at 4 in the morning. But to close it out, he just called me to check on me. He was like, you okay? You all right? You need somebody to talk to? And I was like, you know what, Uncle Jay, I do. And he sat there and he listened to me for about an hour and he did not have a rebuttal for me. He didn't have a rebuttal for me, which was so odd. And he was like, well, I just want you to stay strong and, keep your head up. You're doing great. Like he was just giving me all this
Yeah,
positive stuff. To this day, that man don't
yeah.
even remember calling me, but I will never forget that because I was in a bad state. I will never forget it. So
God's
that's how I know God used him to call me.
absolutely. God puts people in your life when you need them, how you need them,
Yeah.
and where you need
It's
them.
powerful.
I
Yeah.
wanna it's I wanna thank you both for taking the time to come and speak with us. We have a couple minutes left on your segment, so I want to give you guys the opportunity to number one, tell people where they can find you guys at. Give us the name of the farm again, and then number two, I also want you guys to come back when you have events, Tierney and Shiree. When you have events, let us know because what you're doing for the community, our plugs, the community connection, that's what we're about, and that's what we want to support.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to send us a calendar so that we can promote on our end as well. It takes a village, and I'm just really
Absolutely.
thankful that you two have taken the time to speak with us. Go ahead and give us Shiree or Tierney, whichever one. How can
We'll
people
make
get
it
in touch
brief.
with you? Okay, yes, go ahead. How can people get in touch with you?
The
So you
socialitesridenetwork.com. You can go on the website at the socialitesridenetwork.com. We're all over all social media platforms, the Socialites Ride Network. You can look at it's on uh I want to say Twitter. It's on not X, it's
Facebook.
on Facebook, it's on Instagram,
And
and we have the website. You can also email us at the socialitesrn@gmail.com.
okay, and one more thing, I will actually add the Socialites Network, your information to our weekly newsletter. You two make sure that you go to ourplugs.com and sign up for and join our organization. It's absolutely free so that we can
Absolutely.
continue this conversation and bring your network in with our network so we can continue to grow. The fact that you're in Houston, Texas, and I can take that little Gemini twin to the farm and let him go horseback riding. You come get your little cousin.
Who's a Gemini? Who's a Gemini?
I'm sorry, Leo.
Who?
I'm sorry, look at me, Leo.
Don't disrespect us, baby.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Teraney right here is my niece. She's my first niece. She is the oldest of 24 grandchildren. She's the oldest, and she makes me proud every single day. I want to thank you both for coming. We're going to drop you down. If you guys can hang out, and we'll bring you
Nice meeting you, ladies. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hang out, ladies. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Hi, I'm Tori G, owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned, shop with a purpose. Find us at www.saysomething.biz and let's say something together.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Opame Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opame Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. We want to thank the Socialites for coming in and giving their information. I will definitely have their information in the newsletter, so anyone who wants to reach out to them can do so. I know T Wiz has already said she would like to reach out to them as well. So, you know, that's what we're about. We're about connecting communities all over the country. And hey, whatever works. So speaking of connecting communities, let's go ahead and bring up our brother Regi. What's going on, Regi?
Hello, DJ Kitty, Miss Morningstar, and WKRA listening audience. How is everybody doing today?
What's going on, brother Regi?
Yes, brother Regi. How are you?
I am doing well, all things considered.
All
Thank,
things
thank,
considered.
thank God, goodness and mercy.
Amen. Amen. You know, one more day above ground versus below. That's how I see it. Hey, let's just be honest. So
Absolutely.
Just gonna keep
today,
choosing. I'm gonna keep choosing the right side of history. That's
me
what I'm gonna
too.
keep choosing, the right side of history.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose joy and peace and
Mm-hmm.
love and happiness.
Absolutely.
No
You know,
hate. No hate.
no hate. I'm not choosing hate. So Reggie, our conversation, I know last week we left off. What's our conversation about again? I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank because I'm old.
It's okay. It's okay. So again, this is, the value identity corner,
Uh-huh.
the internal you versus the external you. And today's subtopic is the universe has one intention.
Yes. Yes.
And so the question is, what is that? What is it?
Mm-hmm.
And, we kind of left off. I think that was kind of where we left the segment when we last spoke in our previous segment. And so what that is, and I think we touched on it a little bit in the last segment, is the universe's single intent is knowledge. It is simply the entire purpose for us to exist. Is that me or someone else? I heard some feedback. But the entire purpose for our existence is to know. Can you guys hear me?
I've been on mute the
Is
whole
it,
time. I hear you though.
is it sound okay?
It sounds fine now. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. It was just like a quick
TikTok just picked
disturbance,
it up.
but
That's
I'm
all.
here.
I'm on. I'm on the technical difficulty.
More technical
So
difficulties. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm
and I
sorry.
just kind of carved this. I kind of like to give you guys little kind of breadcrumbs or nuggets that you can just kind of put in your purse or in your pocket and just kind of take with you. But the absence of knowledge is essentially the absence of everything. The absence of knowledge is the absence of everything,
You're right.
right? And
You're right. Go ahead.
and there's this saying, and again, like I was mentioning in the last segment, I like going to scripture because again, there are all these little nuggets that we can put in our pockets or in our purses and take with us. And I think it was John 8:32, and it says, "And you shall know the truth." It didn't say you shall believe the truth. It said you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. And I think a lot of us kind of skip over that because we see that through the lens of some kind of spiritual experience or salvation or something. And there's absolutely nothing in error about that. But let me just make this a little bit more simple. Once you know the truth, then it frees you from what you did not know.
Yeah. Once you know, not
Okay. So once you know something, you are now free from not knowing it. And that is power. That gives you power. Another little piece that I'd kind of like to interject is that a lot of us, again, we talk about faith and and there's that famous scripture, faith is a substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another one that we skip over so much, and we fail in our ability to apply it to our applicable lived experiences every day. And a lot of us are under the impression that faith is believing. But I would like to offer to you that faith is knowledge. Faith is not believing. Faith is knowledge. Now let's just look at that. It says faith is the substance. Okay, so substance means that there is that it exists tangibly,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It exists tangibly. So what that simply means is that what I desire, faith is the substance of things hoped for. So hoping is a desire. So if there's so I know that what I desire exists in tangible form.
Okay.
Okay. And because I know that what I exist in tangible form, I can go out and possess it. I can find it and I can go out and possess it. The evidence or the physical possession, because then it says, but the evidence of things not seen, or basically the physical possession of that thing. I know that what I desire exists, but I just don't have the physical possession of it. Let's just say I desire a glass of water. I know that it exists. So now all I have to do is go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that I'm not making that too simple, but that is essentially what faith is. Faith is the knowledge that what you desire exists.
And
It's like, I'm sorry.
And you just have to go get it.
Yeah. It's like, so why do you go to the grocery store, for example?
To go get groceries.
You go to the grocery store because you know that there's food there.
Absolutely.
And because you know that there's food there, you know where to go and get the food. So it's the, it's the substance of things. It's the awareness that what you desire does exist. All that you have to do now is to go and acquire the physical possession of that thing. So I'm just saying that because that is a life application, and it doesn't leave things into this space of mystery where God has to do all the work, and and we have to, and of course that there is a part of that, because everything is a process. But understanding that what you desire already exists, think about the stress that removes from your heart and from your mind and from your emotional space. That now all I have to, okay, it exists somewhere. Now I just have to figure out where it is so that I can go and get it.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
And it's easier said than done, though, because now that you know that it exists and that all you have to do is go get it, now you have to form a plan to make it happen.
And in that analogy, I'm so glad you said that, DJ Kitty. In that analogy, aren't you the one that is now empowered? Instead of God has already provided it. Yeah. So instead of waiting on him, it's like your grandson getting on his knees and saying, "Grandma, can I please have a sandwich?" And you're looking at him like, "What are you talking about? Just go to the refrigerator
and go get it
and make the sandwich. I've already provided it to you. The food is already there." Because in that concept, because in scriptural texts, a lot of it is original Greek and Aramaic, right? And it says, "Ask and you shall receive." But what the actual original text means is order and you shall receive. Because asking means that you are basically in a position of weakness and you are dependent upon someone else to decide whether or not you will receive what that thing is that you desire. But ordering means that you possess the power to cause it.
Absolutely. Regi, I saw something on social media. I can't remember which platform, but I saw something and it was talking about the differences between the Bible, the I hate the white man's Bible, okay?
Right.
Versus the original Bible, and how the scriptures were changed so that instead of just like asking you shall receive, the original text said order and you shall receive. So if you ask, that gives the person that you're asking the opportunity to say yes or no. But if
Absolutely.
you order, you're saying, bring me this. That is not a ask. So
Exactly.
when I thought about that, I started thinking about the different texts in the Bible and how the Bible has been rewritten, unfortunately, to the point where it's the King James Version is kind of subservient. It's a
Absolutely.
subservient Bible.
Servitude.
Yes.
Enslavement.
A Bible of servitude,
Yeah.
enslavement.
Yes. That mentality. Yes.
Versus the original Bible that was a Bible to have us
Empowered.
tap into our power. And
Or no.
it's really alarming when you sit back and you see the differences, when you read the differences of the text, and you say to yourself, why is this Bible being pushed on us to keep us at a subservient level versus this Bible that is showing us that we are empowered?
Exactly.
It's very frustrating for me personally. That's just a side note. Go ahead.
No, I completely agree, because as I said, the absence of knowledge is the absence of everything. The absence of knowledge is the absence of power. It's the absence of your awareness of who you are, what your abilities are, what you're entitled to, all of it. And so that is absolutely true. And there, has been a concerted effort to modify, change, dilute, remix, whatever you want to call it, to keep us away from. Say that again.
I said erase.
Right, exactly. To keep us separated from the awareness of what our power truly is. And again, that is the entire point of the universal design, is to know, is knowledge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without knowledge, we are stuck. And we are at the mercy of those who may or may not tell us what's right or wrong,
Exactly. And to your point again, the entire concept of asking means that you have no power, and that someone else possesses the power to grant you whatever it is that you're requesting. But when you order, because when the waitress comes to you in the restaurant, she doesn't say, "Can I take your ask?" He doesn't say, "Can I take your ask?" They say, "Can I take your order? Tell me what you desire, and it is my responsibility then to ensure that your words return to you in physical form. The plate of food that was not in front of you when you sat down returns to you in physical form for you to experience it." So literally, I kind of see that kind of analogy as the universe. The universe is a restaurant. So think about it. Your words, your thoughts are orders that we're placing, right?
Absolutely.
Or the energy that we're projecting out into the universe. And the universe is simply copying everything that we're telling it to. Whatever we're thinking, whatever we're saying, whatever we're feeling. These are all universal vibrations. This is the language of the universe. And all that it does is it records what you say, just like a waitress. And then it begins to move according to what you tell it. And the waitress writes down your words, and it takes your words back to the kitchen, and it gives your words to the cook. And the cook looks at your words and begins to prepare what you said. And all the while you're waiting with no doubt. You're just playing a game, or you're on the phone, or you're texting, or you're scrolling through your phone, or you're engaging with the person that there's no doubt in your mind that your words will not return to you exactly as you spoke them.
So, Regi.
Yes.
What you're saying is, be careful what you ask for.
Absolutely.
Be careful how you speak into the universe, because the universe will bring you exactly what you have spoken out.
Every single
And
time.
that goes for hate. That
Every
goes
single time.
for, negative
Good
thoughts,
and evil. Good and
good
evil.
and evil. So when
Absolutely.
people tell you to always speak positive into this world or just speak light into the universe, it's the reason behind that, is what you're saying,
Absolutely.
what you're telling me.
It's the law. I
But
mean, think
I'm
about it. It's the
seeing it in
law.
real time. I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing it in
We
real
are
time.
seeing it in real time. We saw
We
it in
are.
real
Right.
time today.
What happened to Mr. Kirk, unfortunately, like Kitty said, he lived by the sword, you die by the sword. His rhetoric was also
Hate.
about hate and guns
Yes.
and wanted to continue it actually said that so we will lose some people. Unfortunately, that's just in order to keep our 2A rights, we have to lose people. That's just what has to happen. And then that happened to him by
In
the
that same
same
moment.
concept that he so proudly spoke about. We
In
have
that
to be
same
careful
moment.
what we say. Yeah, I like that
No, it
concept.
is.
I like how you put it out there.
It is a grave. It is a great. Our words, literally words. I say that everything exists on a foundation of words. Everything. Everything that exists. The beautiful piece that you're wearing, Miss Morningstar. The beautiful piece that you're wearing, DJ Kitty. It was at first a design.
Yeah.
You and I were a conversation between our moms and dads. Hey, my name is John. What's your name? My name is Mary. And those words cultivated a relationship. That relationship formed a marriage, a couple. That formation produced you and I. But the first thing, even again in the scripture, there's so many relevant life applicable scriptures, and that's why I look at it as really a user manual for life.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Bible says it. In the beginning was the Word. The Word is always the first thing.
You gotta have
Before there's
conversation
anything else.
before anything else. Yes.
Absolutely. Everything was a word before it took on any physical form.
Absolutely.
And so that is why, to your point, the point that you guys are making, that is why it is so imperative. Because listen, and it is unfortunate that a man lost his life, and that a family lost their father, and and husband. But the greater point of this is that we are experiencing and we are witnessing the evidence of value absence in our society.
Yes.
These are matters of the heart. Okay? I don't care how many laws you change. I don't care how many policies you change. I don't care how many years you threaten someone with of taking their freedom away. If people do not desire to change in their hearts, they're going to find a way. If they're operating in pain, they're going to find a way to cause pain.
Yes.
And so it is imperative that, because we're looking at this, we need to change the gun laws and all of this stuff. But if the human heart doesn't change, none of that. Exactly. The outcomes are going to be exactly the same. And we're seeing basically the growth, the existence, and the continued growth of that pain manifested in our society. And our news stories every day are, there was a school shooting.
Every single day. Every day.
Absolutely.
I mean, Miss Morningstar and I, we have a conversation every day before we come on the air. And every day we have to hunt for
good stories,
positive, uplifting stories every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But there are literally hundreds of stories of all the worst things that can happen.
Right.
And
that
so
is
we have
because
to tell ourselves we cannot continue. Miss Morningstar and I, we try and search for something positive to leave our viewers, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, our listeners and viewers,
Right.
because it's hard to find.
Right.
And I think that this world is on a pivot of negativity. And Miss Morningstar starting the show with the morning affirmations sets us up for, yes, we're going to talk about what's going on, but remember who you are and that you're needed and loved in
Exactly.
this moment and in every moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
No,
value is a continued process. Like knowing your value, I'm learning that because
Yes.
mm-hmm.
it's not a one stop shop. It's not a
No,
one
it's not.
class deal. It's a continuation. Even after we're long and gone, and we pass it on to the next generation and the next generation, and it's needed. It's needed. What you have, Reggie, is needed because just worldwide, nobody is absorbing that value. And like you
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah, we can change the laws. We can try to enforce different policies and stuff.
It
But if
won't work.
people will still find a way
They
to,
will.
because they're so undervalued, they devalue themselves. They don't
Right.
Themselves.
feel worthy enough. They feel like they have to be these gross humans or whatever because they don't care. They have no care.
Well, it's because we haven't, again, we have no social model until now that has existed to give people another choice. So people are operating in the idea that, well, you know, I don't meet any of these societal standards, so I'm not worth anything. And because I'm disconnected from my worth, I'm experiencing loss. And what is inherent to loss is pain. And so there is a guarantee that if you plant a seed, you will produce that, whatever that seed is, an apple seed, it will produce the same thing. So if people are operating in pain, they will only produce more pain because that is the seed that is being sown into the soil of society. We are the seeds that are sown into the soil of society. And so if we're sowing pain seeds in the soil of society, we can only produce pain fruit. So value identity gives us another option to choose from, another way to see ourselves, so that people can begin to pivot away from, from risk, pain, uh, uh, you know, uh, conflict, and competition with themselves and with those in the societal spaces around them, and pivot themselves into safety, healing, connection, and collaboration. Again, both with themselves and then with the people around them. But that's our only solution, because to your point, people are going to show up in society how they feel. And if people don't feel good, they're going to their behavior is going to reflect that. So until we change people in their core space, we're not going to affect a different outcome. It's just not the law of nature. What you plant is what you produce every single time.
Every time. You didn't plant it. You can't expect anything. I can't plant watermelons and expect cantaloupes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't preach hate and then expect for love to come into my life.
Right. And we cannot plant value absence and expect value. It's
Value.
not possible.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, we live in a country, a nation, actually the universe is on a negative spiral right now.
The
But
whole premise. Mm-hmm.
yes, but we are connecting and pulling ourselves back. It's like we have a rope, and each person that we connect with, they put their hand on the rope, and we're all pulling it back, because
Exactly.
this is not how I want to leave it for my grandson.
Right.
And if I don't do something, it's going to continue to spiral. But I need to show him, and I can't wait to take him to the farm. We need to show our kids, our family, our friends, that there's more out there.
Absolutely.
Than what they're seeing on social media, what they're seeing on TV, connecting with the community, and sometimes putting that phone in the tablet and all that down, disconnecting from what the nation wants you to see and see what's around you and pull it
And
back.
there's so much, and to your point, DJ Kitty, there's so much more of you than you've been told that there is.
Absolutely.
And to your point, Miss Morningstar, we have to choose ourselves every moment, every single day. Valuing yourself is a choice.
Last 30 seconds, Regi, what do you have for us?
Again, I just like to pour into the listening audience that if you are grappling with, challenges, if your community is grappling with challenges, if you see that there is a need in your own life or in your community or in your city for value identity, contact Our Plugs and let's organize, either a virtual engagement, a physical engagement where we can basically come and share these concepts and ideas so that we can pivot people into another space.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. We truly
Absolutely
appreciate you, as always. And you guys tune in again next week. We have Regi back. He's got more knowledge to share. Tomorrow we will have, tomorrow's fun.
Tomorrow's Friday, you guys.
Yes, tomorrow's
so
fun
Friday.
Friday.
Yes, and we'll have KK and CC on, and it's going to be a fun Friday. Tune in tomorrow. Miss Morningstar, you want to go ahead and close out the show for us, honey?
We will see you guys. You also have a wonderful day. Make sure you stay positive. Take some of those affirmations with you. And we will see you back tomorrow. And thank you, Regi. Thank you, everyone who came by. Thank you, listening audience. Have a good one, y'all.
Absolutely. Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.